Qatar, Egypt and the United States are all calling on Hamas and Israel to finalize a deal that would bring about a truce in Gaza. The mounting diplomatic pressure comes as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu faces multiple challenges. Families of the hostages being held in Gaza led a huge rally in Tel Aviv, urging him to accept any deal that brings home their loved ones. And two far-right government ministers are threatening to quit if he agrees to the US-brokered ceasefire plan. Well, let's talk to our correspondent, Jonathan Regev, standing by for us in Tel Aviv. Jonathan, good to talk to you. Big decisions for the Prime Minister now, and he's facing increasing pressure from all sides, it seems.
That is correct. As you mentioned, a lot of pressure from family hostages to accept what they define as the Netanyahu deal. That is what they call it. And you mentioned the Saturday night protests. Another protest is expected at 8 o'clock local time, just about 2 hours from now, outside the War Cabinet meeting in Jerusalem. Also more pressure coming from abroad. As you mentioned, the US, Egypt, Qatar, all saying that both Israel and Hamas should take the deal. Israeli President Isaac Herzog saying this morning that if Netanyahu will go on with this deal, he's got his backing, the Israeli president's backing, so a lot of pressure on Netanyahu to accept the deal. On the other hand, come the two far-right ministers, Bezalel Smotrich and Itamar Ben-Gvir. We've not heard from them during the Jewish Sabbath, but as soon as that ended, that happened last night, they took out some very strong statements opposing this deal, saying that this deal is nothing but a complete defeat on behalf of Israel, and both are saying loud and clear, saying it once again this morning, a government that will accept this deal is a government of which we will not be a part of. So Benjamin Netanyahu is caught in between these two crossroads. We have to say that for the past nearly 8 months since the war began, there have been a couple of crossroads in which Benjamin Netanyahu had to decide between international pressure, hostage families, the calls from the opposition for unity, and on the other hand, Smotrich and Ben-Gvir. In all of those crossroads, Netanyahu went with his far-right ministers in order to preserve his coalition. What will it be this time? Of course, we will have to wait and see. We do have to say that the pressures coming from all directions on Netanyahu are bigger now than what they were in previous cases.
Well, certainly that's true, Jonathan, but we do know that Bibi Netanyahu is a specialist in survival, that he does understand the political system. He's worked it well in his entire career, but this time round now he has some real hardliners that could, within his cabinet, that could make it impossible for him to move in any direction he might want to now.
When Benjamin Netanyahu formed this government a year and a half ago, the opposition said he's going to be the weakest prime minister ever. Why so? Because he's so dependent on far-right elements, and we saw that all along the way becoming absolutely true. And this is the case once again now. Benjamin Netanyahu completely depends on his far-right ministers. They have 14 seats among the 64-seat coalition. Take away these 14 seats, Benjamin Netanyahu has 50 votes. That's without even talking about other internal issues which Netanyahu is facing, issues with the ultra-Orthodox, for example, which are right now protesting on completely other issues. So Benjamin Netanyahu will have to work around now. For years and years, Benjamin Netanyahu was known here in Israel as Mr. Economy, Mr. Security, and Mr. Politician Magician. As far as security and economy, since October 7th, those do not exist anymore. But magician, politician, that's still around. And will he be able to bring that once again into this reality? Of course, we will have to wait and see. Contradicting opinions on both sides. Netanyahu will have to play it one way or another.
Okay, Jonathan, thanks very much indeed. Jonathan Regev there, live for us in Tel Aviv.